When I walked into the hospital to visit my dad, the nurse asked, "Are you here to pick up the remains?" I froze mid-step in the lobby. My dad had texted me 20 minutes ago saying he was fine and begging me to bring him real food because the hospital meals were terrible. I'm sorry. What? Elias Merrow, room 412. I literally just talked to him. The nurse's face went completely pale. She looked down at the clipboard, then back at me. "Sir, that patient passed away 3 days ago. The family was already notified." My stomach dropped. "That's impossible. Show me his room right now." She hesitated, then nodded and led me to the elevator. My hands were shaking as I pulled out my phone and showed her the text thread. The messages were right there. "Bring me a burger, extra pickles. This hospital is trying to starve me. Sent 23 minutes ago." We stepped off on the 4th floor and walked to room 412. The nurse swiped her badge and pushed open the door. Empty, completely stripped bare. No bed, no medical equipment, no personal items, nothing but 4 white walls and the faint smell of industrial cleaner. "Where is my father?" My voice came out sharper than I intended. The nurse was now visibly panicking. She grabbed her radio and called for security. Within minutes, a guard and the floor supervisor appeared. I showed them all the texts. "Someone needs to explain to me how a dead man is sending me messages about hospital food." The supervisor pulled up records on her tablet. Her face went ghostly white. "Oh my God, Mr. Merrow, your father was discharged 3 days ago against medical advice. The discharge papers were signed by Lorna Merrow, listed as his wife and primary caregiver. Lorna, my stepmother of 2 years. She told us he wanted to go to a private facility. We had no reason to question it." The supervisor's voice was shaking now, "But these records, they say he's deceased. This shouldn't be in the system." "Which facility?" I demanded. She pulled up the transfer paperwork. "Sunset Meadows Care Home, about 30 minutes from here." I was already running for the elevator. I broke every speed limit getting there. When I burst through the doors of Sunset Meadows, I didn't bother with the front desk. I went room to room, looking through the small windows. Third door on the left hallway. There he was, my 68-year-old father, lying in bed, staring blankly at the ceiling. He looked wrong, sedated, like someone had stolen the light from his eyes. I slammed my shoulder into the door. Locked. "Dad! Dad!" A nurse came running. "Sir, you can't be here. That's my father." "Why is he locked in? Why does he look drugged?" She checked her charts. "Mr. Merrow has been declared mentally incompetent by his medical power of attorney. He's on a supervised care plan." "Who declared him incompetent?" "His wife, Lorna Merrow. She has all the legal documentation." My hands clenched into fists. "Get me the director, now, and unlock his store." They called the police when I refused to leave. Good. That's exactly what I needed. When the cops arrived, I showed them everything. The texts from Dad, the hospital saying he was dead, the transfer papers. I recorded a video of my father through the window, clearly alert enough to recognize me and mouth, "Help me." One officer made a call. 20 minutes later, 2 detectives showed up. That's when Lorna arrived. She walked in carrying a decorative urn and holding papers. Her face was the picture of fake grief until she saw the crowd of police officers. And then she saw my father sitting up in bed, very much alive, being examined by paramedics. The urn slipped from her hands and shattered on the floor. "Hello, Lorna," my dad said, his voice weak but clear. "What did you do with my Rolex?" Turns out she'd had him declared incompetent using a forged psychiatrist's signature. She told the hospital he died to stop them from asking questions. She drained $127,000 from his accounts, sold his car, his watch collection, and was planning his cremation for next week. The death certificate she was carrying, completely fabricated. She bought the urn online that morning. Lorna got 7 years for elder abuse, fraud, and attempted murder. Dad's been living with me for 6 months now, and yes, we got the Rolex back from the pawn shop.